À-bas-le-ciel.
If you don't know what happened for whatever reason, a child who was black, you'll see why I mentioned that later, fell into the cage of a 400-pound, 17-year-old gorilla. The incident resulted in the absolutely tragic shooting of the gorilla to rescue the child, who was thankfully removed safely from the cage.
Well, it's weird because I remember, like the other day I was watching the news in my hotel room, and they were like, they shot the gorilla, there's such an outrage. And I hadn't seen the full video because it just showed like the kid kind of going up to the gorilla. And I'm like, okay, the gorilla ain't doing nothing. Like, why did they shoot the gorilla? But then they showed the other part of the video, which showed the gorilla dragging the kid through the water. And I'm like, I would have killed that gorilla.
Shoot the fucking gorilla.
Shoot the fucking gorilla.
It's not even a question.
Harambe was a gorilla native to the region of Central and Western Equatorial Africa. This species of gorilla is now considered to be critically endangered by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, so it has a high risk of going extinct. According to zookeepers, it is now their moral obligation to preserve these gorillas, whose habitat has been completely destroyed, in this case mostly by logging and mining.
I'll tell you exactly.
This gorilla is dragging a 3-year-old boy, which is, I don't know if you've been around.
I don't care if the gorilla came up to the boy and gave him a banana. Shoot the fucking gorilla. And peeled it and handed it over to him. The second the kid got the banana, shoot the fucking gorilla. I really mean that down to my heart.
So it's pretty ironic, wouldn't you say, that these animals are now stolen from their endangered habitat in Africa, which we're responsible for destroying in the first place, and then imprisoned in zoos in our Western countries to protect them.
This is very interesting, right? The first, they start attacking the parents. What awful fucking parents. How dare you? What, these parents are pieces of shit.
On a different, perhaps much more obvious note, white supremacy also dictates the racist reaction that this story has ignited from the white masses against this black family.
When initially it came out, the Twitter reaction was this. This is so funny about Twitter. Was, here you go, white parents. Let your kids do whatever you want. Why don't you put a leash on the kids, white parents? White parents, what the hell is wrong with you, white parents? What the hell is wrong with you? White parents are just crazy. Why don't you actually take care of your kids? This is why your kids shoot up schools. You just let them do whatever you want. 2 days later, it turns out the parents are black. Immediately, Twitter goes, kids are hard to take care of. You know what I mean? It's tough out here. These kids are rambunctious. They're wild. They're eating sugar all day, so they're running around. You don't understand the struggles of a parent. It's like, you phony motherfuckers.
A really disgusting article in the Daily Mail also disclosed in meticulous detail the father's criminal history. And as of today, this article has been shared upwards of 94,000 times on Facebook. The father, I think, was not even at the zoo. So can anyone tell me what his criminal record has to do with anything?
Just no one really cares.
Right.
Because if you really cared about the gorilla, if you really cared about gorillas, you know what? You wouldn't go see him at the zoo.
Right.
I don't see you protesting the zoo.
Right.
To everyone who's reacting who isn't vegan, as I said, while I think it's great that you are able to show some compassion sometimes in your life, I think it's outrageous at how hypocritical you are, because when you are speaking out about this incident with the gorilla being wrong, you're most likely going home and eating meat, dairy or eggs that evening for dinner, or that day, or even as you're being outraged and typing it on social media, whether that's Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or wherever it is that you're talking about the outrage of this gorilla. And I don't normally do rant videos, but I have to rant about this because I know Yulin Dog Festival is happening in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be exactly the same thing on social media. Guys, if you're not vegan, I think it's great that you care about these things, but how can you care about one incident of this gorilla, Harambe, being shot, or the dogs being eaten in Yulin, or Cecil the lion being shot by the dentist, and then not give a shit about the animals that you're eating?
This is the problem. Social media, and this is why we can't trust social media. All social media is a vehicle for acceptance. Right? So I will post a picture on Instagram that makes me look better than I look so people accept me. I will say things on Twitter that are different than how I actually feel that make me look like a better person so people accept me.
Right.
I will Snapchat a life that I don't really live so people will accept me. So when it comes to this gorilla thing, there was a perfect opportunity for acceptance. Hey, if I show how much I pretend to give a fuck about animals, people will accept me.
à-bas-le-ciel.
If it's your kid, you shoot the fucking gorilla. Just shoot
Right.
the fucking gorilla.
You're gonna shoot a dog.
If I fall in the fucking pit, take them all out. Caesar, all his boys, take them out. I don't give a fuck. You have my permission to kill them all, and I'll gladly stand over their bodies. I'll stand over their bodies like, I'm glad that this has happened and that we can live to talk another day.